Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Mike. I got Brian from Pink Society right over there. Welcome back to AHC Garage, a channel that's good for today's Acuras, Hondas, and all the classics. On the last episode, we did a couple of things under the hood and also in the interior, including some expensive interior trims.
Yeah, we put those really nice interior OEM trims back in, and we're really dressing up the interior, and it's looking factory. Remember, we're going back to all the parts that we maybe cheaped out on originally before we decided that we want to make this a true OEM restoration. Now, in that last episode, remember how we cracked the seat or we opened up that crack? Well, thanks to you, Mike, we're proud, well, let's not mention the amount, but we're a good amount of change into replacing all of the leathers in the car. Now, there's many options to replace the leather. Depending on what your project budget is, you can go ahead with seat covers, which actually covers that will cover the whole entire seat. You can go to an upholstery shop, and we're well aware that we could just get those inserts changed and the outside, but this build is OEM quality, and there's no other way to take advantage of the parts that are still in stock and put all OEM seat covers in there. I'm well aware that it's a pretty penny, but if you've been following the build from the beginning, will we do it any other way? So full seat covers from the front to the back. I think it's time to get started.
Let's get right to it.
Okay, so like we were saying earlier, you're not gonna find anything that looks just like this coming out of any upholstery shop or any seat cover that goes over the factory cover. You know, based off what we've been doing with this car, how could we sell ourselves short and get anything other than the factory? I mean, take a look at that. Like I said, we got the stitching, brand new out of the bag. It's so crazy to realize that the original color, right, was this gray color. I always thought it was that kind of goldish burnt color. If you look at the old seats, you'd see that, but the original from the factory is that gray, and I can see how beautiful it must have looked when it was coming off of that showroom floor. It's just a great combination between the stitching and everything. I can't wait to see it, and like I said, I just think it's inevitable before I do the rear too. Gotta match it, right? So let's go ahead and let's get this thing started.
All right, so now the seat is out. The next thing we have to do is go ahead and remove some of these plastic panels all around the seat. Alright, so next up we're working on the bottom of the seat. We got to get a lot of these harnesses out of the way, SRS harnesses and some of the power seat. So we got the back portion out. Now Andrew is working on the bottom portion. So we're putting off the last half, and the bottom cushion should come right out. All right, so we got the leather covers right over here. What do you have to do, Drew?
All right, so we gotta basically take the leather cover and unwrap it off the foam. And then we're gonna have to cut all the hog rings off that actually attach the leather to the foam itself. So you see here's a clip right here. Just gonna take the diagonal cutters and just pop them off just like that.
How many hog rings is holding the leather cover?
Probably too many. There's a lot. So we got two rods down here that are held on there. And then once you get those off, you can actually slip them out, make it a lot easier. And there. So that way you get more flexibility, and you just gotta come up here and there's a few rods going across the other way that you gotta get off also.
What is this patch over here? Is it the heater seat?
Yeah, that's the heater element pad.
How we doing, Brian?
We're doing good, but that's not my best right there. Let you guys know that. That's the original order I know you're watching right there. That's not mine. All right, so what we're gonna do first is get all the debris up. We got a shop vac, and we're gonna go into all the crevices and corners. Can you believe I'm not replacing the carpet over this? Okay, so now we got all debris up, and now what we're gonna do is we have some areas here that are stained and some areas towards the back. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and put a mold and mildew cleaner on there, only on the stained areas. Now, for all the other general areas, I'll just get some basic tough stuff. This is over the counter and get at Home Depot, Walmart. So the way I'll do it is go ahead and just let that soak in there. I'll be a little bit liberal with it. We want it to penetrate. Now in this area we have some dirt stains as well, so go ahead and we'll hit up that area. And then along the perimeter you'll find that there's just dirt, mainly in the areas where the carpets are not, the carpets that lay over the original molded rug. And then for the general whole area we'll use tough stuff. And once again, I really like to get it in there, let it penetrate. So we have our areas. It's been working in for a few minutes now. I got a scrub brush here. It's a medium strength scrub brush, and we're just pretty much gonna try to loosen up as much of that dirt as we can. Understanding that it might not be perfect, but we really want to just try to break it up in this first step right here. So along with the front, like I said, we want to scrub it, but we just can't leave it there, right? So this is the first step. We really want to try to get up as much as we can. Now we understand that a lot of these stains will just not come out, so we have something for that to really help it out. So let's get to it right now. Okay, so now we got those stubborn stains and we really want to take it to the next level. So here's how we're going to do it. We have a steamer right here. Now we're going to use this steamer to go ahead and it's going to loosen up that dirt and debris that we just can't get with the scrub brush. Now what that's going to do is it's going to leave it nice and loose, but we need to suck it up, and we can't suck it up with the rag. So over here what we have is the Hoover, and what we can do from here is we can go ahead and use this nozzle right here, and this we can actually spray water and solution and suck it up at the same time, and all of our waste, we'll see right here, a very dirty carpet. Okay, so this is a recovery tank, right? And this is all the dirty water from your car. Check this out. And to think that I was driving around with that, this just makes you want to clean even more. So let's attack that other side. I can't believe how much dirt this sucks out. I mean, you just don't want to stop. This whole area, I gotta say, is about 95% better. The brilliance of the carpet itself, it just looks clean and it's a good feeling. So let's get back to rule number 1. Never eat or drink in your car. Who else agrees with that rule? Leave a comment down below if that's your rule.
All right, so we got a new covers right over here. What's next?
Well, we're gonna work to start putting it back on. So what we need to do is, I have one of them out already. I'm gonna pull the other rod out. Makes it a lot easier, gives them a lot more flexibility to get the ones that go across in. Just gonna slide this out just like the other one. Set to the side for now. Just gonna fold up, basically start from the middle, work our way out, and then we'll do the sides afterwards. All right, so we got the hog rings that we needed. Got a stack right here. Got a nice hog ring tool. It's a little spring-loaded one, makes it a lot easier. We're just gonna clamp them all back down, basically where we got them from. Use a little bit of force sometimes, kind of just get it in there. We're gonna crimp it on there like that, basically. We're just gonna go, put them all in the same spot that we took them out of. So it comes in handy to remember where you got them from too. Although they're kind of indented where you need them to go. There's little holes along the fabric right here where they should go, so you can get them started through there. Just push them down and clamp them onto the rod that's built into the foam right there.
All right, so this is the last hog ring that we have to install. I think we're good to go. What's next?
Now we just fold the leather back over the foam and tuck it up in there. Make sure it's tight in there. You want to make sure it's filled in there, not crumpled over and folded inside.
Drew's putting the seat covers on now. Since the foam has seen better days, it doesn't have that tight firmness to hold the leather nice and tight. So you're gonna get some of these wrinkles. Now don't worry, I know it doesn't look great. Now we can use the assistance of a steamer, and what the steamer will do is help to loosen up that leather just a touch. Kind of like when the sun sits in your car for a long time and heats it up. That's gonna help it get a little more flexibility to take out some of these wrinkles. We're pretty understanding that we're not going to get them all out, but we want to make it look a lot better. So go ahead and we'll do that by applying some steam from under and over and just simply pulling the leather over and smoothing it out with our hands. So you see Drew here putting on the leather, and it's quite wrinkled, and that can be quite discouraging. But like I said, once Drew gets it all up on the metal frame, we'll take the steamer to it, we'll loosen up that leather, and it's going to look a lot better.
So we got everything, all the leather and the foam ready. We got the frame back up here. Now we're just going to go and start taking all our pieces and slipping them back around the frame. So we got the bottom on. We're gonna go ahead and throw the top one on now. Same thing, basically lay it over. Kind of wrap it around the framework. Over here though with the airbag, we got a little bracket piece that has to go around it. Make sure to get that, that's very important. just wraps around, clips in. So once you got the foam mostly wrapped around it, what I like to do, maybe other people do other steps first, but I like to put the little headrest brackets back in to help hold the leather in place and everything. Go ahead and pop those in just like that. You just slide in and clip in. And that makes sure to hold this in place while you start securing everything down where it needs to be.
All right, so like I said, this looks pretty wrinkly and kind of loose, so we're gonna use some steam. Now, if it's really, really too hot, then you can put your towel over it, but I'm gonna get it nice and hot and then just pull it, but it's not gonna be burning where we're gonna leave any smudge marks. Repeat this process a few times and it will take shape. And believe it or not, once it's in the car for a good week or so in the sun, it's gonna flatten out even more. And after the steam treatment, it should look something like this. Now, just remember, it won't be 100% perfect, but once you leave that car in the sun, it will straighten out and tighten up just a little bit. And this is a beautiful seat that is ready for your car. So Andrew got finished with the front seats. It's looking really, really good. Now we're ready to start with the rear. Let's see how it goes.
All right, so to start off, we're gonna easiest thing is to move the front seats forward so we have more access to the rear seat. Take them off. We're gonna start by removing the bottom part first because, well, it's easier and gets out of the way, and it's the big problem one anyways. So there's 2 hooks up front. You gotta reach under there, pull a little tab, and it lifts up like that. There's on the other side, and there's also 1 bolt on a little bracket back here that you gotta unbolt as well. All right, got everything loose. Just kind of lift up and it comes right out.
So we're ready to attack the back. The bottom seat portion is already done, just like the suspension video. Take a look at that right here. There's a couple bolts right underneath those headrests, and then we have a few on the bottom side as well. And just like that, the rear seat portion will come right out.
So the first thing we're gonna do in the back seat is we're gonna attack the bottom portion. Very similar to the front seat, just a bunch of hawk rings around it.
All right, so now we got everything unclipped, so it should just come right off and just onto the new one.
So we got the old covers out, the new cover is right there. We got a bunch of these hawk rings here. It's going without no problem. So we got the cushion all finished up, and now we're gonna work on to the back portion here. So the first thing we're gonna have to do on the back portion here is to remove the center console armrest there, and then once that is out, the rest of the leather cover should come out just like the cushion. Alright, so that was the last hog ring we gotta take out. Now the leather cover should come right out.
So we got the cover off, down to the bare foam. Ready to start throwing the new cover onto it.
So just finishing up the last steps, we're just applying some heat from some steam and just gonna smooth out that leather a little bit. Get it looking as good as it possibly can. And once it gets in the car, like we said earlier, with some heat from the sun, it will just smooth out that much better. But Andrew did a really fine job of wrapping everything nice and tight. And I gotta say, I'm really impressed with the way this is coming out. So we got the leather all wrapped up, and man, we're putting it back in the car. This is the last step.
Guys, just like that, the front and the rear leather covers are in, and also Brian did a really good job cleaning out the carpet.
Yeah, really happy about it. Didn't want to spend a little extra money for the carpet at the moment, so I really wanted to clean it up, get all those stains, and now we can go back to my rule of no eating or drinking in the car, and we can keep a nice, clean carpet from here on out.
You guys like what you see, make sure you guys hit the like button. If you guys are new to the channel, you want to make sure you hit the subscribe button.
Yeah, once again, guys, thanks for following this build and helping us rebuild our community. We'll see you guys on the next one.
See you guys.
Bathroom today. How do you think?
Let's just buy a carpet. Couldn't put a carpet in at the same time.
Stop talking, let's go. Give me that. What? How's the water, buddy?
I just found this under my seat. And I don't know, I took a sip. I don't really think I like it.
You made it.
That's what I do. Paint Society #1.
Only if you fart.
Smells so good. It smells like a pair of leather boots.
Is this ain't real leather?
Doesn't matter.
Hey Brian,
Yeah.
the buckle looks good.
The the button?
The
Yeah,
buckle.
the buckle looks really good. You know, you can actually see it now. It used to have a custom engraved dirt press, but now it's actually clean.
Good job.
That's what we do.
Dash.
It's pretty good protection. You can never have too much protection, but he's got the right amount of protection right there.
So the first thing we did is we went ahead and removed the driver's seat. How we doing, Brian?
We're doing good, but that's not my mess right there. I want you guys know that. That's the original order I know you're watching right there. That's not mine.
Looks pretty nasty.
Plug rings around the back here. Gotta plug everything in, plug, and covers, I guess.
Now this is how good Drew is. We got the directions here from Honda, and he even knows how to read Chinese. It's 11 o'clock at night and I'm tired, but we're gonna still steam it.
My pleasure.
Hey Brian,
Yeah.
so what do you think about the leather seat?
I mean, I think it's pretty good. I think that the past owner sat too much in this area, but it's still pretty good. I'm not gonna go ahead and replace the foam. I'm quite happy with it. I don't think I'm ever gonna sit in it again, no.
Mic check 1 2 1 2.
Yeah.
How we doing, Brian?
We're doing really good here. We're just steaming away. I like the steamer because I've been getting these blackheads in my nose, and it definitely saves me on a spa day.
All right, so to start off, we're gonna need, easiest thing is to move the front seats forward so we have more access to the rear seat. Take them off.
What? Oh shit! How much does that weigh? 50.
Like 2.
What's it got there, Brian?
Clean out the trunk.
I got quite a bit of stuff back here, huh?
I got some old bills. Let's see how much this one's for. $913. Not bad.
$913.
Yeah. Let's see this one. This one's $500. These are for a drive shaft. I think I have a few others for a couple other thousand somewhere if we look deeper. But yeah, this is all getting cleaned up. So hopefully we don't find any more memories of what money I spent on the car.